So when we purchase a prop firm challenge, when we pass phase 1, we pass phase 2, we get onto the funded stage, we are well aware of the purchase cost for that individual challenge. And we know that if we don't pass any of the phases, or we blow the funded account before receiving a first payout, then we know how much money we're going to lose. On average, a $100,000 prop firm challenge is priced around £400 to £500. So when I say that there's a hidden cost, this doesn't mean it's a monetary cost. You don't get charged an extra £100. That is just not the case. But it's a cost that people don't see, and especially in trading, people don't pay attention to it. I'm going to explain that in today's video. So when you are working a normal job, you wake up and go to work 9 a.m, you go home at 5 p.m, you're usually basing your income off the amount of hours you work. So let's say you're earning £10 an hour, you work for 10 hours in a day, you're going to make £100. Whereas in trading, what people don't seem to realize is if you trade a prop firm challenge and it takes you 3 months to pass the challenge and get a payout, how many hours have you actually put in to that challenge? This also needs to be calculated for people who have failed challenges, and then on an additional challenge in the future, they've passed and had a payout. You need to account for the failed challenges too, to see how much time you actually put in versus the reward at the end of it. And the reason I'm actually bringing this up is because some people think that they can quit their job, they can get into trading because they want to live the trader lifestyle where you're going to have your feet up 90% of the time. You're not going to be actually doing any work. You're just going to be spending all the profits you are going to make. But the harsh reality is your hourly rate for the vast majority of people who aren't making multi 6 or 7 figures from the markets are most likely going to be working for less than what they were working at their previous job. And this is especially true in the first few years of your journey, and you need to accept this. But the reason it is a hidden cost is because you need to think of the opportunity cost for those failed challenges, and if it's actually worth you taking future challenges or even current challenges that you are midway through. As the majority of you watching this video will know if you have seen other videos on my channel, I often preach about waiting for the perfect setups. But waiting for the perfect setups doesn't consist of staring at the charts, being at your setup the whole time, doing nothing, waiting for that setup. Because again, hours wasted on the charts, they're unaccounted for. What I mean by this, and what I would do if I was in your position, where if I didn't have anything else going on and I was trying to make a living from trading, what I would actually do is do my morning analysis. Perfect. Doesn't take that long. If you're trading one pair, one time frame, like I teach, it is very, very simple and easy to do. And then once you've actually done this, you can then go and do whatever you want and actually do something productive. If you have alerts set, if you know what you want to see and when it can possibly happen, you know when you have to be focused. You know when you have to be able to receive those alerts. If it's out of your hours, if it's in your hours but there are no potential setups, do not stare at the charts. Do not spend time trading when you don't have to spend time trading. Because this, again, will reduce your hourly rate in the market. And the reason that this is a big deal is because you need to work out if you were doing something else during all those hours that you are on the charts but not actually trading, then how much money could you potentially be making? How much progress could you be making in another field? Whether this be a part-time job, whether this be another business that you could launch. You could start your personal brand. You could build an email newsletter. All these different scenarios that you could actually put yourself into to make extra money. Then once you've made extra money, that makes it easier to scale with prop firms. It also makes it easier to trade because you're not relying solely on the trading income to make a living. And this is the opportunity cost of trading with prop firms. This would not be the case, in my opinion, if you were trading a personal account, it was your full-time job, you made enough to make a living, a full-time living, very, very comfortably in a year, then this is perfectly normal. You can spend as much time on the charts as possible because it is your full-time job and you're getting paid for every trade you take, if it does win. But the difference between a personal account and a prop firm challenge is a prop firm challenge, you are trading and making profits, but you're not getting any money. You're not getting any money until you get onto that funded stage and then get a payout. And once again, as we've all seen over the past few years, sometimes you don't even get that payout after all that hard work. Whereas if you are trading personal capital, that payout is guaranteed if you do make any profit because all of the money is yours. That broker that you're using, if it is fully FCA regulated, the likelihood of it shutting down, stealing your money, and you not being able to claim against it is very slim. Whereas a prop firm that is registered in some dodgy place with no regulation, the likelihood of you getting your money back if they do go bust is very, very slim. So again, trading a challenge, you make 15% profit, you've passed phase 1, you've passed phase 2, you've made 15%, which is great on paper, but then you check your bank account and you're still down because you've had to purchase the challenge. You then go on a losing streak, lose 10%, below the challenge or below the funded account, and now you're still up 5%, but you've lost the challenge fee, so you're down profit-wise. Whereas if you're up 5% in your personal capital, you're up 5%. But you're not just down your challenge fee, you're also down all that time you spent passing phase 1 and passing phase 2, and also all the time you spent on the funded account to get you into that drawdown to blow the account. So you need to consider how much time you're putting into trading, how much you're actually getting paid per hour, and should you spend your time focusing on maybe building up more capital so that you can also trade a personal account so that when you are making profits, and even if you do blow the prop firm challenge, and still obviously, like I gave you an example, you can blow a challenge or blow a funded account and still be up 5-10%. And if this is the case and you're trading a personal account alongside, it can basically eliminate all losses from the challenge fee. So if you lose £500 on the challenge fee, but your personal account is large enough where £500 is obviously more than, where 5% is more than £500, then you can quite comfortably say, it doesn't matter if I actually blow this funded account because at least I'm not worse off money-wise, although I have lost all that time from actually trading the account. But the way to not lose that time or not lose as much of that time is, like I said, combining the personal account and the challenge account. So you're using a trade copier from the personal account. So the trades you're taking anyway, they're going to be copied over. It doesn't cost you any more of your very, very valuable hours in a day. And over time, this will definitely add up. If you're trying to trade them separately, if you're trying to trade just one, you will not be as well off time-wise and money-wise as if you tried to combine them both and trade your own money and also money that's not yours, that's also not real, because prop firm money is not real. So the traders watching this video, if you are failing challenges, putting so much time into trading and not seeing any results, and you're running out of money, perhaps get a job and trade on the side, because as we all know, trading without any income is the worst thing in the world. The most pressure. It's probably one of the jobs in the world with the most pressure on you as a person. If you get a job at a call center, if you get a job at a supermarket, you have guaranteed consistent income. Traders do not have that guaranteed consistent income. So there's going to be more pressure on you. Whereas if you have consistent income alongside the hours and money you're putting into trading, it can be 10 times easier for you to actually make it as a profitable Forex trader.